Hey, Gospel Fellowship, Pastor Rod here. So thankful that you guys are checking out this video. And man, we miss you like crazy. Going through withdrawals here. No, we miss seeing you, hugging you, praying for you in person, hearing you sing in worship. Man, we miss it all. We are thankful that God has given us this opportunity to rest somewhat, to reflect, and to be excited about the vehicle we have to impact people on social media using things like Facebook Live. And so we're thankful. I also want to just ask you to remain prayerful. Right now, our society is reopening. Restaurants and stores and different agencies are all reopening. And so we want to remain prayerful as that takes place. We also want to pray for our first responders, our healthcare worker, our nurses, all of our first responders, our essential workers. We want to keep them lifted up before the Lord as this pandemic continues. We also want to pray for those that are sick and praying for those that have lost loved ones. So we just want to encourage you all in the midst of this to remain prayerful. I'm here today because I want to talk to you about our regathering, and I'm using that word with great intentionality. We are regathering. We are not reopening. We were never closed. Ministry has been going forth. Proclamation of the gospel has been preached. Lives are being impacted. People are being discipled. So we have not stopped doing ministry. I'm here talking to you about how we plan on regathering. Right now, churches are doing a number of things. Our governor has given the green light for churches to reopen. I was driving home just the other day and saw people leaving church on a Wednesday night from service. So I am well aware that there are churches that right now are reopening. Some are saying, man, I'm going full force. We're going to go like we used to. And there are others that are pulling back in reserve and waiting. And I want to say this, whatever decisions churches make, there's no shade on none of them. Man, they have to do what God is leading that pastor, those elders to do concerning their church. I want to talk to you about what Gospel Fellowship is planning to do. And we're being led to this decision by, number one, the Spirit of God. Your elders are praying, we are meeting, we are strategizing. We want the Spirit of God to lead our decisions. Secondly, we want to be led by data, right? We want to have all the good information we can have to make the best decision. And so we're looking at what the CDC is saying. We're looking at the data that's coming from the CDC. We're paying attention to things like the governmental guidelines and what our government is suggesting that we do. And then finally, we want to hear from you. So this week, you're going to be sent out a survey. I want to encourage you. Please take that time. Send that back to us as quickly as possible. So we want to know, where do our members stand on regathering? We want to know what your comfort levels are. Ultimately, all in all, we want to make sure we are loving our neighbors well and not putting anyone unnecessarily in harm's way. So with that being said, here's a couple more pieces of information. Boynton Beach contacted us, Boynton Beach High School contacted us and shared with us that they are not allowing churches to meet over the summer. They have decided to just forego any churches gathering throughout all Palm Beach County, just not allowing them to meet for Sunday morning gatherings at the campus. And so that's one piece of information that is guiding us. But we also, we don't feel comfortable at this time meeting and holding public worship gatherings on Sunday morning. Well, the question is, Rodney, when? Well, we're taking the perspective, the elders and I, of watching and waiting and seeing how things progress so that we can see what's happening around us. We can hear from what the Spirit of God is saying, and we can make the best decision possible. And so we are going to test the waters with our staff, moving slowly to see how comfortable they are in meeting in person. Right now, all of our staff meetings, our elder meetings, and various meetings are done using Zoom technology. And so we just want to see how comfortable our people feel meeting in person. We also want to see how comfortable our volunteers feel meeting in person. And as those things unfold, we'll take it step by step until we're ready to gather again in person on Sunday morning. We don't want to rush this gathering. We want to make sure that we can gather together when we can gather as a GF family, fully, joyfully. We want to make sure our regathering is done well. And so this is a time of great joy. This is a time of great expectation on what the Lord has done. I'm preaching on Philippians 2, verse 15 this week, and it talks about us shining like the stars. And these stars shine so bright because there are all kinds of nuclear reactions happening inside of the star that makes that star illuminate and shine brightly. I believe God's using all of these little reactions that's happening inside of us as this pandemic continues to cause his church to shine more brightly than it has ever shined before. And so I want to encourage you, man, be of great joy, be of great cheer. He is overcoming, he is winning, and he will be returning victoriously. Love y'all, and I'll talk to you later.